Hey guys, welcome back to Pickin' Greens. It's your boy Picky, and you already know I got a fire two-piece slapper. If you're new to the page, welcome. We give away 2 free picks every single day. Yep, every single day we give away 2 free picks that slap. Yep, and today I got a 2-piece college football slapper. But before I give those away to you, let's check out what we did yesterday. Now, yesterday I gave you Jake Ferguson going over his 41.5 receiving yards. That slapped. And I gave you Malik Neighbors going over his 6 receptions. Now, you can see that they bumped that up to 6.5. But I put out a second video yesterday telling you guys BETR had both of these lines dropped at a discount, and they both slapped. So if you watched the video yesterday, we cashed. All right, today we're gonna go college football. Our first pick today is Jaylin Lane. You see it. Yep, we're going Jaylin Lane, and we're going over his 3.5 receptions. Now the pick'em site's got a slight projection over, but that hit rate is over. On Sleeper, they got him at 3.5, and on Prizepicks, he's at 3.5 as well. The RotoWire projection is slightly under at 3.35, but we're going to slap this one for sure. Now, you can see the hit rate. The way the hit rate is 62% over the last 20 games. Look, 80% over the last 5 games he's been slapping, and 60% over the last 10 games. For the season, he's 75% going over this mark. But you guys already know, we got to dig deep. An outlier. All right, guys, we're an outlier, and we got Jaylin Lane. The line is receptions 3.5, and we're going over. Now, again, you can see the graphs in outlier. You can see the green. He's been absolutely slapping, going over this 3.5 mark, 60% over the last 10 games. We can check. Do we got any head-to-head? No head-to-head information, but the last 5 games, you can see 80%. He's been going crazy the last 5 games. Now, we can see some supporting stats. He's averaging about 67 plays per game. 41% of those are passing plays. Last game, he was on the end for 54 plays. He did come up short last game against Rutgers, but you can see that's the only game he came up short. Is when his actual plays were cut short. Now, when he goes over about 60, 65 plays, guaranteed, easy peasy lemon squeezy, he's going to get this mark. Insights. We're an outlier, so you already know. We got insights. Jaylin Lane has exceeded 3.5 receptions in 4 of his last 5 games, averaging 4.5 receptions per game. Now, Virginia Tech, they do run the ball a little bit more than passing the ball. They're at 56% running the ball, 44% passing the ball, but that's going to change tonight. That's going to change tonight because they're playing Miami, and Miami is about to put up numbers. Yes, Miami is about to put up numbers. They're about to show out in prime time, baby. They're showing out in prime time, and the only thing Virginia Tech is going to be able to do is try to keep up by putting the ball in the air. I'm guaranteeing this is going to be the most passing completions for Virginia Tech's quarterback this game. Now you can see the breakdown. Jaylin Lane, he's the leader. He's getting 26 targets per game, hogging up the target share at about 25%. Now Daquan's not too far behind. He's at 21%, and Benji, their tight end, is at about 13%. Now you can see when you roll over the player, you can see the graph how it gets bigger, and that gives you a good visual on which player is pretty much dominating the target share. Now guys, make sure you download Outlier. They give you a free trial, 7-day trial, easy peasy, free. Yeah, you can use these for this play tonight, the weekend, and the NFL plays. So it gives you all the data that you need to dominate this weekend. Let's check out the web map. The web map over here, you can see the domination of Miami, Florida. Absolutely dominating when it comes to the web map. Their passing yards, 1,600 passing yards already this season compared to Virginia Tech, 765 passing yards. Now, the rushing, they're a little bit more comparable. 755 rushing yards for Virginia Tech and 800 rushing yards for Miami. But, again, tonight they're going to be airing it out tonight. The ball is going to definitely be in the air. And we got Cameron Ward playing tonight, and you know he's trying to keep up in the Heisman race. Shedeur Sanders, I think it's between them two. Shedeur did his thing last week with that incredible Hail Mary that put Colorado up and won that crazy game, prime time. Now we're going to see what Cam's going to do tonight. All the money's going on Miami. We can see here 96% of the bets is going on Miami. 97% of the money's going on in Miami now, but 33% project that the money line will be covered. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying the money line being covered tonight. I think there's going to be a blowout. If Miami can get to 5-0, this will be the first time being 5-0 under their coach Mario Cristobal. This is the opening night of the ACC, baby. You know it's prime time. The lights are on, and we're gonna see what's coming out. Now the teams you played prior to ACC, I mean, it's not. It don't weigh the same. I think if you guys remember a few years back, Miami was coming in 4-0, the same, undefeated, and they got spanked that night on prime time, and they lost like 5 straight games after that. So hopefully that's not the case tonight. I think Miami is really back. I think Miami is back tonight. So with that being said, we're going to take Jaylin Lane over his 3.5 receptions. Lock it in. All right, guys, before we get to the next pick, you already know I got to give you a moment to hit that subscribe button and hit that like. It really is just a pat on the back for me to say, hey, dude, I appreciate you making the video, and it really helps push this content out to more people. Hey, I also got to show love to RotoWire and Outlier. They are the go-to kings when it comes to research and data analysis. As you can see, we use these bad boys every single video. They are our go-to data analysis. Now, Dabble, they're giving you $25 just for signing up. So you can put this play that I'm giving you today, put it on Dabble, put $10, put $25 in, right? I say put the $25 that they give you, put the play on Dabble, triple up, right? So that's an easy $75. Now, better, they give you $200 first deposit bonus. Once you use code PICKY, put $200 in, they're going to flip that to $400 to play with. And Chalkboard, they're doing the same, but they're doing it with $100. Use code GREENS. All right, guys, let's get to our second pick. Our second pick today is Bhayshul Tuten. You see it. We're going Bhayshul Tuten over his 66.5 rushing yards. Now, the pick'em sites have him going over. The RotoWire projection is 89.09. You heard that, 22.59 projection to go over this line. The hit rate, 80% over the last 5 games, 70% over the last 10 games, and for the season, he's at 75%. Let's check out some of his season stats. All right, 67 attempts for the season with 391 yards, 7 tutties, 24 receiving yards, and 1 touchdown. Last game, he had 15 rushes, 122 yards, 3 touchdowns, and they lost 24-23 against Rutgers. But you guys already know we got to dig deep in Outlier. All right, guys, we're in Outlier, and we got Bhayshul Tuten. You can see the line is 66.5 rushing yards, and we're going over. The last 10 games, he's been slapping at 70%. Look at the line. Come on, guys. Look at the line. 122 yards last game, 115 yards a game prior to that, 120 yards a game prior to that, 2 games prior to that, 136 yards, 107. Stop playing, man. Do I even need to go further? I don't, but I will. Let's look at some more supporting stats. Now, he's in there for 64 plays. 58% of those plays are rushing plays, and he's exceeded 68.5 rushing yards in 5 of his last 6 games, averaging a mind-blowing 107 yards per game. You can see the breakdown. Here. They're running 56% of the time and passing 34% of the time. You can see the target share when it comes to rushing. He's absolutely going crazy when it comes to rushing. 67 rushing attempts this year, 42% target share when it comes to rushing. Now, Kyron Drones, their quarterback, he runs too. So if you're thinking about going over on a running quarterback yards, Kyron Drones might be that guy you want to go over. He's had 52 rushing attempts this season, and he's taken up 32% of the rushing shares this season. So you can tell Virginia Tech, they're a rushing team. The quarterback rushes and the domination of their running back is obviously present. Now, when it comes to Miami, Florida, though, you can see the rank when it comes to rushing. They're ranked number 7th in the entire country. So that's why this is red. This is said you may want to reconsider going over on these plays because, hey, now you're going up against Miami, Florida. Now you're going up against Miami, and these rushing yards that you've been putting up, they may be a little bit different. I'm still thinking he's a supreme talent. I looked at all of his footage and games from last year. This isn't just a one-off. He's a dominant player for sure. Let's do a few more insights. I'll give you 3 more insights before we get out of here. All right, well, what do we have? Cam Ward has failed to exceed 22.5 completions in 4 of his last 5 games on the road. All right, the next one we got is Kyron Jones. Kyron has exceeded 36.5 longest pass completion in 4 of his last 5 games on the road. Yes, you heard that right. 36.5 longest pass completion in 4 of his last 5 games. He's putting the ball in the air. No, he has no problem airing his ball out. No problem airing the ball out. And the last but not least, Cam Ward has failed to exceed 314 passing yards in 4 of his last 5 games at home. So if you're going over on Cam Ward, we know he's a Heisman candidate, that's for sure. But if you're going over on his 314.5 yards, consider he's going under 4 of his last 5 games at home, averaging 274 passing yards per game. That's a good 40 yards less than what the target would be tonight. Again, he's a Heisman candidate. We all know that, right? You got to college ball is a little bit different. Style points matter. When a coach is trying to get their man a Heisman, these yards matter. These primetime games matter, right? So consider that when you're putting your money on a Heisman candidate, the coach is probably going to feed them a little bit more to get that stock up. So keep that in mind. With all that being said, we are still taking Bhayshul Tuten over his 66.5 rushing yards. Lock it in. All right, guys. Thanks for rocking with me another day. Again, make sure you guys tap in. RotoWire has a free trial and Outlier has a free trial as well. Make sure you guys download these apps, use these free trials to get all the information you need before you put your bets in tonight. Another day, another dollar, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.